AI agents are going through the roof right now. They're more advanced than ever and easier than ever to build from anywhere at home, on a plane, or even in your car. Just 2 years ago, AI agents were a niche concept that almost no one was using. Today, enterprise adoption has completely exploded. Corporate AI spending skyrocketed 47% in a single year to $2.5 trillion, and nearly 2/3 of organizations have already moved past the talking phase and are actively scaling agents in production. Right now, 62% of major companies are already running AI agents. And Gartner projects that 40% of all enterprise applications will have task-specific agents built in by the end of the year. This isn't just future hype. The average Fortune 500 company is scaling from just a handful of agents to over 150,000 in the next 2 years to automate document-heavy workflows and cut operation costs by 30%. If you're new to my channel and don't know who I am, my name is Hanson Doucette, and I help business owners understand and implement the latest AI tool within needed technical skills. I've spent over 5 months testing and building AI systems and share everything I learned right here on this channel. First, I want to look at the evolution. What exactly is an AI agent? To understand why this is blowing up, we have to look at how we got here. Most people think AI is just ChatGPT. You type a prompt, it gives you a text, and you're done. That's what's called a linear assistant. An AI agent is entirely different. It doesn't just talk, it does. Think of it like this. A standard LLM is a brilliant brain locked in a room, and an AI agent is that same brain, but you've given it a keyboard, access to your software, a budget, and the authority to make decisions. It follows a loop. It sees a problem, plans a multi-step solution, executes it using external tools, and then reviews its own work until the goal is met. Number 2, I want to look at the core framework. How does it actually work? Every powerful agent you see running in a major corporation right now relies on 4 fundamental pillars. Number 1, there's the goal. You don't tell it how to do the job. You tell what the final result should look like. The agent won't know how to solve the solution without knowing what it's trying to accomplish. Number 2, the planning and the memory. The agent breaks the goal down into subtasks. It can't remember what worked, what didn't work, and what the previous steps were. This is where AI shifts from a simple text generator to a true cognitive worker. Without planning and memory, an LLM has a short-term amnesia. It treats everything as a prompt as if it were waking up for the first time. With a solid plan and every memory framework, we give the agent a structured way to think before it acts and a ledger to record what it learns. Then there's the actual tools. This is the game changer. Agents can read and write the database, send emails, browse the web, or trigger APIs. This stands for Application Programming Interface. It's essentially a software that allows 2 different applications to talk to each other. Think of it as a digital messenger. It takes your requests, tells a system what you want to do, and then returns the response back to you. Think of it like a restaurant. Imagine you're sitting at a table in a restaurant with a menu of choices to order from. You are the user or the application looking for the information. You want to order something. The kitchen is the server or the database that holds the data and prepares the food. Then the waiter is the API itself. You don't go back into the kitchen to cook the food yourself. Instead, you give your order to the waiter, the API request. The waiter walks back to the kitchen, tells the chef what you want. Then the server picks up the final meal, the finished product, and delivers it back to your table. Then number 4 is the execution loop. It runs the tasks, checks for errors, fixes its own code or logic if it fails, and then keeps going until the job is done. So those are what agents are, but now let's look at the real impact of what it can do in the world. This isn't just theory. I built agents that fully automate my new client qualification spreadsheet. I used to just think that getting and sorting leads was going to be the hardest part. It was going to take up the majority of my time. But an AI agent takes that entire workflow and handles it by itself. It monitors incoming submissions, cross-reference companies' data on the web to see if they're a good fit, calculates a priority score, and then drafts a personalized response, all while I'm asleep. Multiply that by thousands of workflows, and you can see why all of these are so useful. Now you say, okay, I see what all of this is doing. I understand what an AI agent is, but how can I capitalize on this? Where do you fit in all of this? Because we're at the absolute ground floor of this shift. there's a massive wave of opportunity right now. The US Business Administration estimates that there are more than 34 million small businesses, representing 99.9% of all US businesses. They're only using chatbots like ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini. You don't need a computer science degree to start leveraging this opportunity. First, look at your own daily workflow. What is the most repetitive data shuffling task you can do? That is your prime candidate for an agent. Build your own agent and see how effective it can be just for one person. Second, if you're looking at this from a business perspective, the demand for people who know how to plug these agents into existing business systems is skyrocketing. Companies are actively searching for creators and builders who can bridge the gap between raw AI power and practical business operations. But before you run off and build your first system, you need to avoid two massive traps that trip up almost everyone starting out. Number one is giving an agent too much scope. Don't build an agent and say, grow my business. It will fail. Keep your agents hyper-focused on a single task-specific objective. Make sure those little jobs that they have, it can accomplish those little jobs instead of overpowering it and making its scope too large. Number two is leaving no human in the loop. Especially early on, don't rely too much on your AI agent early in your AI career. Always build a checkpoint where humans can review the agent's critical outputs before they go live to a client or production database. Because if there's a problem that comes up when your agent's work goes out to a new client, not only does that make the business look bad, but the responsibility falls on you. So just make sure there is a human that checks the system before it goes out to the new client. Look, the shift from basic AI chatbots to fully automated agents isn't just a minor tech upgrade. It's a complete rewrite of how business gets done. The people who learn to orchestrate these systems today are the ones who will build, scale, and dominate over the next couple decades, really. If you want to stay ahead of this curve and master these tools without a computer science background or a degree, hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. I'm dropping step-by-step breakdowns on how to build these automated workflows, and you don't want to miss the next one. And hey, if you're a business owner looking to scale and you want my agency to build your custom workflow for your team, you can book a strategy call with us using the link below. I'd love to hear from you guys and I'd love to hear your background. Until next time, and I'll see you in the next video right here.